Canada. The invention has the ability to sort garbage between garbage bins and recycling bins. As many people do not care for which box their garbage goes into, we have created a little platform for people to put their garbage in. Once it's placed there, a scanner will scan which garbage will go in the right bin. That's pretty cool. You know, we got a lot of products, a lot of things that are pro-environment, which is stuff that I love to hear about, love that I want to see. So let's bring our next presenter from Canada, Ruby Call. Hey, Ruby, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Hey, listen, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So where in Canada are you from?
Ontario.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. How's the weather up there these days?
It's okay. It's not the best, but it's not that cold.
That's good. How old are you?
I'm 12.
Oh, okay. Very cool. And do you have an invention type program at your school?
Not that I know of. I don't think so.
Wow. So how did you get into this invention biz? How'd you start this?
Well, it was like a dragon stand that we did at school, and then our teacher introduced us to this like thing, and then me and my partner Madeline got interested and we wanted to do it.
Wow. Very cool. Now you have a partner in this. We're going to try to bring her on real quick. If she's listening, please. There she is. Let me unmute for her. Hi, Madeline. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Are you in the same area as Ruby?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So which one of you guys came up with this idea?
We came up with it together.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. It was for a contest or something in that sense?
Yeah, it was just like for fun, sort of at school.
Oh, very good. That's cool. Do you have a lot of people like doing inventions at school?
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. Which one of you guys will be doing the presentation? Or both?
Both of us.
Both of us.
All right, cool. Well, who's going to start?
Madeline.
Ah, all right, Madeline. Well, you're on. Shoot. All right. We can see your screen.
No haste to waste. Our innovation is titled Eco Bins. It is a composition of 3 types of trash cans, which we hope will help with one of the issues in the waste management system. Many people are uncertain which bin their garbage goes into or are simply careless as to where their garbage ends up. When you take into account this and the fact that the average person produces more than 4 pounds or 1.8 kilograms of garbage every day, you can see that many problems could arise farther along in the waste management cycle. It makes recycling quite difficult when there are non-recyclable items mixed in with the recyclable ones, which is also a common issue in compost and garbage. Because of this, people are paid to manually sort others' waste by hand. This is why we decide to create eco bins. Our innovation is able to help sort different types of waste into their proper bins.
This inventive product has a combination of compost, recycling, and garbage. Each bin is connected with a long opening in the top where people put their waste. There's a panel that covers that hole entirely that is attached to a motor. That motor is also connected to a sensor, which can detect what bin the waste would go in. The sensor would scan the object that is on the panel and determine which trash bin it should go into by scanning the size, shape, and material. It then sends a signal to the motor, telling it in which direction to turn the panel to put the waste in the right bin. An example could be if you had a piece of paper, you would place it on the panel, then the sensor would scan the material, size, and/or shape. Once it has determined what bin it should go into, in this case the recycling, the motor will turn towards the recycling bin. Recognize that all the bins are connected. Currently, our model is programmed to sense colors, but obviously in the legitimate product, the sensor will be programmed to sense the color, shape, and size to accurately determine the material. Here's a video of our model in operation.
Whoa, awesome.
Nice.
That is cool.
The bins are made out of a strong, weather-resistant plastic. The panels, motors, and sensors are made mainly from metal and should ensure that the product is waterproof as well. The dimensions are 110 centimeters by 110 centimeters by 40 centimeters. The original bins come in the colors black, blue, and green, corresponding with the kind of waste that each bin contains. But you can also get customized bins with any pattern or design.
If we were to create our own company and this product being used in the future, we would see our product in a couple of years being more and more innovated. With the new advanced technology being produced, this could become an even more efficient product. We are hoping that this product would replace traditional garbage bins currently used and create a greener future for everyone.
Our country, Canada, is the top producer of waste in the entire world. This caught our attention immediately, and we knew we want to see change. If we need to be the ones to start it. Be the change you want to see in the world. 91% of recyclable materials aren't actually recycled. With our product, we could lessen this number and help reduce the amount of waste thrown in landfills and dumped in our oceans. To fix a problem, you have to get to the root of it. You aren't going to fix the problem of plastic pollution just by picking it all up. All of these little consequences can become one big consequence in the future.
This innovation would be great for public places such as parks, malls, or even schools. We measured the right height so that the top of the bins are reachable and accessible to most people. The government has to compensate people to sort trash by hand, which isn't always reliable, with mistakes easily made. Of course, the prototype we have designed is not using the exact materials, as that sort of technology is not available to us. But if this idea were to be used, it would certainly include the advanced technology needed. Each year, the entire world creates about 300 million tons of plastic. With the EcoBin, we can make one small step towards the future of sustainable recycling and waste management.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Wow,
Oh my
that was
gosh.
cool. That was cool, right, Dacia?
Let me just share a few things from YouTube, the chat that's going on. Kids are really excited about this. They're giving you thumbs up, they're clapping, they're saying, how in the world did you come up with this idea? Did you start innovating when you were young? I mean, so many questions. When did these ideas start coming to you?
It just came like naturally. Like we're kind of like very like passionate about the environment and like to help out as much as we can, and we just created this idea basically.
Wow. Very cool. Hey, listen, you guys mentioned earlier in the presentation that Canada was one of the top producers of this waste. I mean, is that true? I mean, Canada is a very big country, but that's a pretty big statement. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, right? I never would have thought that.
Well, and kudos to you guys for being, I don't want to say young, because I'm not trying to say that you're too young, but being your age and caring so much about this. Why do you care so much about the environment?
Madeline? Well, I don't know. It's just, well, to make like a better environment for everybody, and so that everything like is lasting longer and stuff, because in the future, like things are going to change. Like some things will not be available to us, so we might want to make little changes to help the environment and keep it like fresh, I guess.
My mom also really enjoys the environment, so I was raised to also like the environment. And she's a teacher, and she teaches natural disasters, so I kind of like know a lot of the environment, about the environment.
So you sort of grew up with that. And you guys, I'm sure, want to have families when you get older, right? And you want your kids to enjoy things, and you're doing your work to save it right now. I am so impressed. I would encourage Philippe Cousteau and Greta Thunberg, people that are watching right now that are passionate about the environment, to reach out to these kids. We're going to be able, hey, by the way, is it okay if we hook you up with some famous people that might can help you out with your innovations?
Sure.
Sure. So again, if you're watching and when we send this to people to watch, these are some kids you need to be looking at creating these eco bins. I'm just very excited about this.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
Stuff. Hey, listen, so you guys are working on this, and I know you're talking the presentation. What problems did you run into as you're doing this? Because we're seeing kind of like that prototype, that finished product, but how long did it take you to get to this? And what kind of problems were you running into while you were doing it?
Well, it did take us a while to do this, and there was a lot of problems that came, like the sensor. Like currently, we said our sensor only does it by color, like senses color, but sometimes like the technology wouldn't work as well. But of course, if we had the advanced technology, it would be a lot more easier like that. But
No, there's no doubt about it. What do you guys need? If I could get you guys something that you need, what would your next step be?
Like getting more advanced sensors and maybe creating better programming to like, I don't know, like scan the material better to figure out what bin it should go into.
yeah.
So electronics, do you guys do any of the coding? Do you have people that are helping you with the electronics?
Yeah.
That's great. Is people from your school doing this, or how are your teachers helping out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's great, right, Daisha? I mean, that's one of the biggest things we notice.
Yeah. Do you have a teacher that you want to give a shout out while we're here?
Sure. Our teacher from Aldershot High School, Madame Lally, she even like brought up this project to us and gave us this opportunity to do it.
She's
Very
actually
cool.
on YouTube right now, and she's saying that she is very proud of you girls. She is saying how proud she is. Has big smiley faces on her comments. As a teacher myself, I know that once our kids go out into the world and do amazing things, that's exactly what we train for all our lives. So thanks for giving a shout out.
Awesome stuff. So got a couple more minutes, guys. Do you have any other inventions or any other ideas that you're going to bring to market or next after this?
Actually, we just finished competing in the BASF. It's like a science fair. And we did that online. And we did it about permeable roads.
Yeah.
What the heck? Here's a whole new thing, Daisy. Do you believe this? It's like it's nothing.
What is that?
Well,
You have a few minutes that you can.
Well, well, we tested. We got certain materials and we tested them by seeing the water flow, like how long it took for the water to go through, and we put like a whole like abstract and stuff about it, and yeah, it was like a whole bunch of like graphs and stuff, and it was part of the science fair. So yeah.
So this is the type of material road that the water just runs through it?
Yeah, to prevent floods and safer roads for everyone too. Like another thing, like we like helping the environment. So.
Holy smokes! You could have opened with that one. That's a great idea too. Yeah, very cool. And that was. Did you guys see any inventions when you were competing online that were close to either of what you're doing?
Not really.
We haven't really looked at the other things yet.
But they were more like they were more not really like for roads, but like there was technology ones and like building, construction, like that.
All right.